I began drawing when I was a kid, well before I was 10 years old. I just drew random things. Then that transitioned to me really enjoying to draw nature, animated objects such as lions, tigers, bears. So things that you'd probably see in the jungle or in a zoo. Those were the animals I gravitated to. It allowed my imagination to run wild. I also transitioned into drawing flowers. That was one of my favorite things to draw. And then from there, I discovered this TV show called Project Runway, as well as the next TV show called America's Next Top Model. Both those shows really allowed my imagination to expand and sparked my curiosity in putting my art that I would draw in a design. And so I started to design women and men wearing clothing that I would want to wear, and then of course that other people would fit other people in based on their body type. So that's how I started to design clothing and never stopped from then. The name Viaplush came from me trying to think of what would I want to name my brand. I never had a specific type of clothing I wanted to attach to my brand yet, because I was so diverse in my designs. I used to design anything and they looked great, so it was never a case where I had a specific type of design that I wanted to carry. I wanted to do everything because I was good at doing it, right? So Viaplush, I decided to name Viaplush probably around 2021, 2020-ish. Not sure of the date. However, what inspired me is to say I want a part of my name in it, which is the VIA, Via. My name is Octavia. So I used the last 3 letters of my name and combined that with the word plush. And why did I combine it with word plush is because my goal was to start a brand that is comfortable, regardless of what type of clothing would be sold. I want my brands to be comfortable for people to wear, but also wearable art. So plush represents the comfort and the luxury of what Viaplush will become, regardless of the type of collections or the pieces that I would attach to this name. Storytelling, I think, is involved in every fabric of life, every fabric of society. You name me a company, there's a story behind it. So storytelling became important to me in anything that I do, which is why I decided to pull storytelling over into my fashion to make it more relatable to whether a group or an entire community or an entire population. So I wanted to make my brand mean more than just fashion, more than just clothing, more than just what you wear. I also wanted to make my brand something that people can relate to and people can be proud of, as well as being able to express themselves through what they wear. I think fashion is a form of art. So in being a form of art, collaborates with storytelling. So from there, people can wear not just fantastic clothing, but tell their story through what they wear. What we wear is probably the biggest piece of art that a person could carry with them for an entire day. So what better way to tell your story or express yourself or express how you feel than wearing clothing? So that was my reasoning behind telling a story through every single collection that I will create. It goes without saying that there's an identity crisis in our community. So I wanted to express the entire culture from where it came from to where it is now, specifically on t-shirts. I have a few sweatshirts in this specific collection. So it's really t-shirts that are elevated, colorful, bold graphics on the front to really express what the African Black culture, the journey that it has been through, and having self-worth, self-love for your identity. And I want people to start falling in love with themselves again and expressing themselves, being bold, feeling powerful. So that's what I want them to take away from this when they wear this Viaplush collection. To put it simple, I love my culture. I love my people. And celebrating self is probably one of the greatest ways to embrace who you are, love who you are, and to be yourself. So in my journey, in this Viaplush journey, it will always pay homage to our ancestry. It will always pay homage to our culture. So what better way than to have a slogan that speaks across all the designs, the entire brand, and of course, collections in the future to say what the root cause and what values of the brand is all about. So it is very important because our culture, our heritage is everything that we are. They have this saying that if you don't know where you're from, you can't know where you're going. So I want to always pay homage to ancestry, and I believe it's something that's very important. And partially we've lost that along the way in our going and coming to say that ancestry existed before us, and we need to embrace that. So I want to carry ancestry straight through this collection, straight through other collections, and for the lifetime of Viaplush. Culture definitely inspires designing, and so I believe that designers have a responsibility to express the cultures of the different niches and the markets that they are trying to get into and that they want to serve. When a person approaches you, it's an automatic thing that you prejudge them based on what they're wearing to say, hey, this is what this person is about, or you have an idea of what the person is about. Even if it's a wrong approach, I think most or all of us does that. When a person approaches us, we look at what they wear and how they carry themselves to prejudge them as to what they're about. So I believe that designers has a responsibility to the communities that they serve, the niche or the type of demographic that they aim to serve, by envisioning and making sure they put out reputable, quality designs that fits that specific market and allow them to tell their story in whichever way, express themselves, or to just simply feel confident in what they wear. So those are the things that I believe that those are the responsibilities that I believe designers have, and we should definitely take that more seriously to say, hey, when I design my clothing, what am I serving, who am I serving, and will this really speak truth and what my target market wants to express in their lives. I consider myself more of an artist because, like I said, I like to paint, I like to sketch, I like to color, so I like to do flat work, and I also like to design clothing, making it from scratch or pulling the pieces together and directing a team as to how to get it done and bring that vision to life. I also love to cook. I love to create new dishes. I love to try new recipes and things. I'm also a certified chef. So there is many aspects of being an artist, and I just love creativity. So I believe I'm an artist more than I am just a designer. I don't want to put myself in that box because who knows what's to come. Maybe I'll design an art collection that is not wearable, but it goes on your walls, or maybe it's a vase. So 3D items. So you never know. The sky is the limit for me, and I never put myself in a box to say I'm only a fashion designer. Love, loyalty, expression, powerful, peace, and being proud. Those are the things I would love for people to feel when they put on any of my clothing. I have so much more to come. I'm super excited, but sometimes, I gotta remind myself to stay grounded, and it's also a business. But I want people to feel power when they wear my clothing. I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to feel proud of what they wear, for who they are and how they look, because there's so much diversity in our community. Different color, different class, different background. You know, the African culture, Black culture has many layers. Some of us are from Jamaica, the Caribbean, some of us are from Africa, some of us are from America. So I believe that people should feel comfortable in what they wear, and they should feel proud of what they wear and who they are. And I really want to drive that home through clothing. So regardless of the collection of Viaplush brand, I really want people to feel proud and feel expressive in what they wear. Our culture is so very diverse. I think it's one of the most diverse culture in the world, if not the most diverse culture. And I wanted to pay respect to all culture in this collection. So from our Black freedmen to our African heritage to the Caribbeans, where Caribbean Blacks were taken from Africa to the Caribbean. So my goal is to pay respect to all walks of life of Africans, regardless of class, color, creed, how you look. I want it to be an inclusive, cultured brand where people will always see and be able to relate to some aspect of the collection, whether it be the process or the look of the piece that speaks to them. I want everyone in our culture, regardless of where they were dropped off, they're able to pick up something from the collection and say, yes, this definitely represents me. And you'll see that in future collections, where some collections may just strictly focus on the Caribbean culture, while some may focus on the African culture and some may focus on Black freedmen. So I am excited about that, and I can't wait for you guys to see. What inspires me most when I'm designing a new collection? That is very difficult to answer, because I have such a wild imagination. I'll be creating a collection and I jump from one thought to the next, but then find a way for that to work together if I want to express both thoughts in a specific collection. But my ultimate goal for each and every collection as time goes by is to represent the niche that I'm working with. So represent the culture, represent the market, and represent what people would want to channel through what they wear. So my goal is to always elevate, whether a type of clothing, a material, or just help to elevate the minds of our people through what they wear. So regardless of what the collection will be, the goal is to always present it in such a way that our people feels elevated and drawn to the piece for whatever reason they have. A piece of art can tell one person something, but tell another person something. So that's my goal for each collection that I will create and that I have created. I have so many collections already ready to go. So yeah, that would be my answer for that question. And the reason why this question has been so challenging for me, it's difficult because so many things can inspire me at once. I have a very active brain, and as long as it still stays true to what my goals and my intentions are to my culture and my people, I'm going for it. Oh wow, this one that's a good question, because my goal for Viaplush is not just to be a brand, and it's not just to be a clothing brand that can be expressed. I want to put our culture on the map. I want us to be proud. I want something that we can have that we can share with the world of other cultures. And that's the beauty of this world, is where we can express and exchange cultures through different mediums, and clothing was just the one that I chose. So I want Viaplush not just to be a brand, to make money, to share as an art. I want to make a change through Viaplush. So my eventual goal, once we start making decent profits and getting the company going in the upward mobility right direction, my goal is to give back to the community, to help other younger entrepreneurs to whether start their fashion brand, or it even may be a different business. I don't want to just limit what we give back because it will only be fashion. I want to give back in a true, honest, authentic, genuine way, to give back to the younger population. My personal experience with being able to acquire the funds to start my brand has been crazy, and that's another story. So I want to help young folks or other people to be able to accomplish their dreams easier than it was for me. There are two very difficult things in building my collection that I still have some difficulties with, is financing and marketing. Marketing, it doesn't matter the product you have. If no one knows where it is, then you're not gonna sell. So marketing has been a very tedious one for me. And that goes hand in hand with financing, because you have to keep funneling that investments to keep marketing. And then, of course, the initial startup was very difficult for me. I never had the funds. I still didn't have the funds when I actually launched. What I did is get by time to time. I'll make some samples. Then when I have some more money, I'll go back again, make some more samples. So I did it gradually. So the sample process took way longer than I was hoping it would. And it took me maybe about 4 to 5 months, give or take, to complete sampling. And then it took me another 2 to 3 months after completing sampling. But during the course of the entire time, I was seeking financing. But financing is not readily available to us, and not everybody want to, pull out 10, 15, 20 grand to give you to start a collection that has no proven concept yet. So I had to work on that, and whenever I had the money, I self-financed the project. So, which is why I mentioned earlier that I want my brand to be able to give back to younger entrepreneurs who, if they would walk into a bank, they would not be able to get financing because either the concept doesn't work, or it's not believed in, or they don't have the credit or the finances to back those loans. So I want to start off by giving small micro loans, or grants rather, to start small businesses for people. So financing and marketing, I would say, are my top two things that really, really challenged me. And is still challenging me to today. But, we're taking it step by step, and I'm happy we're here. Oh, one too many times. I have challenged and questioned myself so many times, and not just for doing my fashion work, just in life in general. You question yourself, should you keep doing this? I started my entrepreneurship journey back in 2021, officially stopped working my last job. I did a few jobs here and there, but I eventually quit and left because working a 9-to-5 it's just not in my DNA. I always wanted to do businesses. So I have a few other businesses that I do, but fashion is one of my biggest passions. So which is why I'm putting a lot of energy here to make it work, to make it come through. So I have had many times that I have a doubt and I wanted to give up, whether it be financing or marketing is not working out. I'll order the products and, they sit for longer than you would hope them to sit. But it's always a process, and I have to keep reminding myself that what my goals were and motivate why I started doing what I'm doing. So a good thing for me that I'm a self-motivator. I tend to motivate myself even when someone else or, doesn't believe in the vision or think it would work. I'm always a self-motivator, and you tell me I can't do something, that's when I'm gonna go ahead and do it and prove you wrong. So because I'm a self-motivator, I'm able to channel that and work on it, and just take a breather and come back focused and ready to go at it again, and just keep pushing. Concept to a finished piece. It's tedious because first you gotta sketch the image that you envision. You gotta sketch it, and then once you sketch it, you gotta make sure that it's applicable. Meaning, you can sketch something that's not wearable, or you can sketch something that's not applicable. So in manufacturing, it won't be able to be manufactured, so it can be wearable. So you have art that you'll paint. All it's got to do is fit on the wall based on dimensions. For fashion, it is very different. You have to make sure that the clothing is wearable. People can get in and out that clothing without ripping it, without major challenges. And my goal is to make wearable art, right? So, and that's in the form of clothing. So you gotta design, you gotta do that flat sketch. Then you have to make sure it can be worn through the flat sketch, and also doing that tech pack to make sure the sizes are correct, scaling, print on the front if you're having print on your t-shirts or whatever garment you're making, and also, sleeve length, the body length. It's just so much that goes into it, and it's just too numerous to mention during this talk. But it's a whole process. And then when it's finished, you might have to order a few more samples to get it right where you envision it. Because if someone else is making it for you physically, then you have to be able to translate that through written documents, sketches, and also verbal communication to make sure it really translates. So it's a whole process. The behind the scenes process and the time it takes to create the collection or garment is way more time consuming than actually ordering and shipping the products or getting a team to manufacture the products for you. Besides the fact that our goal is quality over quantity and integrity and making sure we produce quality wearable items, I believe Viaplush is not just a brand, it's a movement. Our goal is to put a culture that has been at the back, on the map, to be appreciated, to walk along with the other great fashion brands out there, such as your Gucci's, your Chanel, in its very own lane. So my goal is to always tell a story through the collection and continuously represent a culture throughout the entire brand, regardless of if it's a high fashion collection or horticulture or a regular streetwear collection. My goal is to make sure that the culture is always represented, and to make sure people feel not just good in their clothing, but proud of who they are and proud of who they want to become. And in that movement, the goal is to always give back a percentage of profits to other younger entrepreneurs. So I think in that way, we are positioned different than a lot of other streetwear brands or other brands in general, because our goal is not just to come here and make money. Our goal is to make people feel good, people feel seen, and also to give back to the community. A beautiful, courageous story that must be told. Streetwear is going to be, or probably already is, the most worn in high fashion. And I say in high fashion because already we have most people wearing streetwear. So they're going to work, they're probably either wearing a casual to a streetwear mix thereabout, or they're going to an event, most people want to wear something that's comfortable, and streetwear is known to be comfortable clothing, even though it has transitioned into some more complex designs and complex ways to wear them. The core of streetwear came from casual, relaxed, and easy to wear garments. So if you're talking about where streetwear will go, I think the sky is the limit for streetwear. It may already be, or it will eventually become the most purchased in high fashion and throughout other fashion type, because you don't see a guy walking down the road wearing a suit and tie every day, and you don't see a lady wearing a ball dress every day. They wear casual streetwear clothing. So I think streetwear clothing has so much more in it, and I'm excited to see what's coming, and I hope that Viaplush can be a part of that. What I would give young fashion brands is, first thing, you have to know why you're doing what you're doing. If you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, you'll get demotivated easily, because it's not an easy process. You got to keep doing your research. I have so much more to do, and at this point, me telling you this, I'm still learning so much. So there's always something to learn. Never get your head too big too quickly or at all, because I believe you can always learn something from a situation, if it's bad or it's good, or if you're at the peak of your career. I say make sure you have a plan, have a business plan draft, and also have in mind, how do you want to position your collection? How do you want to position your brand? And make sure you have a full brand identity before you launch, and have good manufacturers and people around you who can support you and remind you of why you're doing what you're doing. I'm personally self-motivated, but not all people are made equally. Some people, we have different things that triggers us and different things that allows us to keep going. So make sure you have that support system around you to continue to fuel you, and hopefully you have people around you to guide you. Always do your research. Very important, and funding is not easy, so make sure you have as much funding as possible, because marketing is going to be your business, because regardless of what you have, if you have a good product and you don't have eyes on them, it's not going to sell. So make sure you have marketing down, and marketing is about trial and error. So if you fail, keep going. And I say, if it's your passion, if it's your love, I say keep going until you find your secret sauce. Legacy would be my marker for success. However, influence and sales kinds of ties into that, because if you don't have income to continue to fuel that legacy and build that legacy so it can be as strong as possible on its own, then you don't have a legacy. So having sales, regardless of what you're doing, and having an income to continue to funnel and fuel what your passion is. In my case, it's building a legacy that far exceeds my lifespan. Sales is included in that. And if you've built a legacy, then of course you must have influenced people, because people is the most precious commodity. It takes people to appreciate my art. So influence, I would hope that I would influence other young entrepreneurs, just other people in general, whether to do something, regardless if it's fashion or not. So yes, legacy is my core marker for success, but influence and finances or sales does play an intricate role in having a legacy and building one. I envision Viaplush to have a few brick and mortar locations, but also more importantly, building our online presence and have that really taken off and become a household name in 5 years, putting the African and the Black culture on the map, and having something that can represent us and that we are very proud of and unapologetic about. I believe that we will get there with my perseverance, creativity, and my goal. Hopefully in 5 years, we'll also already be giving back well before that to the community, giving back
business in the form of business grants and probably a different areas as well. I haven't figured out the other areas that I want to have the company give back, but definitely to younger business owners or new entrepreneurs who want to either get in the fashion market as well as other markets. We want to do grants to help them to start their journey of entrepreneurship. So Viaplush, hopefully a household name in 5 years, lightening it up on the different fashion shows, of course, Paris Fashion Week, as well as New York Fashion Week. We'll be doing that well before the 5 years. And just initially making Viaplush a household name, a brand that people can trust, the quality, and be successful enough to start giving back.